you. Mucho gracias. Gracias mucho. Mucho, mucho. You know what I mean? Let's move on. Now, if you see the thumbnail itself, last week I talked about, when, Trump and the Pope, they were doing tennis match. They were doing back and forth. There was a lot of back and forth. So the Pope now, you do a volley back. I'll play that for you. I'll show you then. I'm going to give you perspective from the Decipher, okay? Because I think it's quite very important for us to be able to see between their bullshit. And finally, and I think, you'll get to a point in your life as an adult, okay? And that point when you get to as an adult, you will put down the bullshit. You say things the way it needs to be said. And finally, the Brazilian president has the gumption to say exactly what every one of us has been feeling all this time. But, you're not organized or you're not sponsored by a big social media company. So you can't really talk like that because, number one, it doesn't sell business. Okay? Conversation like that makes it extremely very difficult for you to sell business, to sell packages. So that's why you're not gonna have the kind of sponsorship that it requires. All right? Unfortunately. So finally, the Brazilian president said exactly what we've always been saying. Me personally, it's one of those things that I still don't understand why the entire fucking world is just trigger finger. I mean, what's the right English word? They love trigger. They love to put the trigger. Finally, somebody said it, because we've been saying the same thing forever. Why the only Western society, the only thing they want to invest money on is bombs. Okay? Bombs and guns is the only thing they love to invest money on. Huh? Then they'll go around telling you how you need to live your life. The Western society, the only thing that you see on the news every day, they can be doing some other great things or good things, but the only thing we digest every day is trigger. Guns, bombs. And they will manipulate people's opinion to justify why it needs to be so. So I'm going to talk about it. Then lastly, I'm going to show some videos about what is going on in that godforsaken land. I'm talking about America, because God had left that place a long time ago. Because unfortunately, every stupid things they do there, it affects the rest of the world. Allegedly, they said there's been some inside trading about this war. So basically, my life and your life is getting traded. Why some idiots over there, they're making millions, billions. Like Trump would say, billions of dollars, billions. You and I were dying. We can't put food on the table. But do you have these motherfuckers? They're making billions of dollars. You understand? They're making billions. Yeah, allegedly, they're getting held for inside trading. They're having inside trading now. We'll see it. We don't know, because I cannot say it's factual. But allegedly, they're doing inside trading with our lives. And they're making billions of dollars. I will show you too. So thank you. If you enjoyed this live stream, share with your friends. Share with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your side chick, your front chick, your back chick, whatever chick you have. Or whatever husband you have or you don't have. Or get your cat, get your dog, get your popcorn. Because we're going to go through a roller coaster of some fat and oil, like I call it. I don't want to waste much of your time. Let's get straight into it. This is what you see. Okay? Let's start with the Brazilian president said the same thing that everybody in their baby mama is been asking. Why is that they just trigger happy? Their finger trigger happy. Constantly is gone. Listen.
We simply cannot wake up each and every morning and then go to bed each and every night, with a tweet from a president of the republic threatening the entire world.
Engaging in warfare.
That is to say, they all make their decisions without consulting the UN, of which they are members and are part of the Security Council.
Who did Bush ask for permission to invade Iraq? Nobody. Where are the chemical weapons that were supposed to be in Iraq? There were none. Who exactly did France and England ask permission to invade Libya? No one.
What harm was Gaddafi actually causing at that time? Absolutely none. Who did Putin ask for permission to invade Ukraine? Absolutely no one.
The world is being...
And that's the thing. All these leaders, they're so finger trigger happy. You understand? The entire world is paying for the consequences of very few people. For the actions of very few people. The entire world is paying for it. Okay? The entire world is getting squeezed by the nuts every day. Today, the gate of Hormuz is open. Tomorrow, it's closed. Tomorrow, it's open. Next tomorrow, it's closed. We don't even know what to believe anymore. Because one will say something, the other one will do another thing, then the one will do this one. We are so confused. One day, the fuel price is $2. Tomorrow, by the time you get there, is $3. Then you're thinking, I thought the gate was open. No, you're mistaken. In fact, the thing is doing this roller coaster. Every 5 minutes, there's a change. There's a change in situation almost every day. Why? Because we have some people so-called themselves the so-called head of state. They get in their feelings in their head. Well, they give you all this word mumbo jumbo bullshit about some justification why they need to attack a place. Okay, the only thing this Western society that I've seen till today, tell me if I'm lying in the comment section, is guns and weapon. That is it. They don't want to build nothing no more. It's about guns and weapon. And now to pass some stupid law that has nothing to do with them. These are the things that they do every day. Tell me if I'm lying. Is it a lie? When was the last time? Take out AI. Tell me the invention, all right, that has nothing to do with going to the space, which we know, allegedly. We cannot confirm they went or they didn't go. But go and check online, see all the people that's been debunking the theory. It's just to show you the level of the mentality of the sole people that we call leaders. Allegedly, it was read that Trump wanted to press the button, the nuke button. They had to fight him off it. I'll see if I can find a video. I'll show you here. This is how crazy it is. They're playing Monopoly with our lives every day. Iran today, yeah, shut up. America tomorrow, yeah, shut up. It's the same old stupid shit that we have to deal with constantly every day. Because we have some people that the only thing they want to invest every of their resources, their money on, it's weaponry. Building guns, building the technology to build guns, building technology to build drones. This is the only music that they understand. Nothing else. They don't understand anything else but that. It's just weaponry, guns, passing stupid laws, borrowing money. It's the same old shit. It's not about building life, helping lives. No. None. Now, let me show you the Pope. The Pope, like, he went and say, you do me once, I'll do you. Listen to the Pope.
Ravaged by a handful of tyrants, yet is held together by a multitude of supportive brothers and sisters. The masters of war pretend not to know that it takes only a moment to destroy. Yet often, a lifetime is often not enough to rebuild. They turn a blind eye to the fact that billions of dollars are spent on killing, on devastation, yet the resources needed for healing, education, and restoration are nowhere to be found. Those who rob your land of its resources generally invest much of the profit in weapons, thus perpetuating an endless cycle of destabilization and death.
So, just to be
That is exactly the point. Is what I just said. We are tired of getting up every day. The only thing we can see in this so-called Western society that we live in, unfortunately. Before you say, I need to go back to where I come from. Yeah, they took everything from where I come from. They took it from me. So I need to come here and come and have a little bit of the things they took from me. That's why I'm here. Because that's one of the stupid, ignoramus things that you hear some idiots will see online. I think to go back to your country. They took everything I had in my country, so I'm coming here to claim it back. That is why I'm here. So let's continue. But unfortunately, this is why I've said, just look at the track record. Since the last World War to today, tell me what they've invented that is not internet, that is not AI, that is really benefiting the rest of the world. Cars, okay. What else? Agriculture, they've contaminated everything that we eat. Everything that we eat, there's all kind of fucking chemicals in it. Go to the grocery stores. Even the things that is marked organic, it's not organic. Let me say it again. The things you buy from the grocery stores, even though it's written there organic, it's not organic. It is mixed with all kind of chemicals. That is the one they put on the label. What about the one they don't put on the label? Who owns all the people that pass all these compliances for them to be able to approve anything? They own the companies. It's like they are the ones that has the bank. Then they will tell you to go and rob them. So they can charge you to pay for the insurance that they were going to use to recompensate themselves. This is the same old framework. It's the same playbook. There is no problem. They will create a problem. Then they will call you, hey, you have a problem? I have a solution for you. That is how the Western society have always made money. It is not by doing anything in good faith. It's through fakeness, create chaos, then offer you solution. That is how it's been. Because allegedly now, there's been some situation. Listen, let's take it forward a bit. This is the allegation now that went on. I don't know how true it is, allegedly, because I don't want to say something now, because I don't want them to come for me. But the truth is that, let's speak the truth. The Western society, the only thing I can say from today that they've really invested on is weaponry, guns, bombs. It's not about building health. It's not about building wealth. It's not about doing anything in good faith. It's not about building morality. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I had a crash out there when I said a website with they said it's about 81 million visits of men doing some unspeakable things. It's in the Western side here. I know some people might be using every other part of the world, but good luck trying to find the IP. They really locate those people. Good luck. But let's move on. This Western society, I'm telling you, it needs to come down, because the reason why, it's filled with so much immorality. Even the Pope is not respected. The Pope, for the Christians people, the Pope is not even respected. So you think if they don't respect the Pope, you think they're going to respect you? They respect your Bible or Quran that you carry with you every time? They don't give a shit. They don't. They live in a whole different universe. And you are the oil that greases the machine for them. Listen to this new fresh situation.
So just to be clear, it's not safe right now to go through the Strait of Hormuz, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. The president said, well, let me just follow up on that. When will it be?
I think after a deal is reached. It won't be in the too distant future. People are ready to go. Ships are there. The United States put through 2 warships through the straits. We can open it one way or the other, but the best way to do it is to have an end to the conflict and a defanged and de-armed Iran.
How soon will that happen? This week, you think? Next week?
That's probably a reasonable time frame. It's not too far away.
And that's the thing. You see what they said? He couldn't even answer the question quickly. We think in the next couple. It's bullshit. Like I said, there is no problem. They'll create chaos. Then they'll offer you solution. If you're a critical thinker, you can see these from a million miles away. It's the same old stupid shit. Then they'll come in. I've told you before, the biggest scammers in this world, they're not people that look like me. They're people that wear suits like that. They're the real scammers in this world. They will scam you to your bone. You won't even know. Because the justification for the world crisis that we have right now is because they want to de-harm Iran. Yeah, but allegedly, the country beside them has the same thing they want to de-harm them for. But they cannot be called about it. Allegedly. Everything is allegedly now. Allegedly. All right? So don't come for me. Allegedly. But look at this. This is the thing. You want to open the gate. How can you open the gate? You go and look for trouble where there's no trouble. Now you're coming out. Oh, yeah, the world leaders, they live in a whole different world entirely. So who is going to hold the kings accountable for their wrongful action? The Pope?
Secretary General stresses that all parties to this conflict must respect freedom of navigation, including in the Strait of Hormuz, in line with international law. We need to remember that some 20,000 seafarers have been caught up in this conflict and are currently stranded on ships, with hardships increasing daily. Disruptions in the maritime trade through the Strait of Hormuz have already had a direct impact well beyond the immediate region, with increased global economic fragility and insecurity in many sectors. Given the deeply rooted differences, an agreement cannot be reached overnight, and the Secretary General calls on the talks to continue constructively in order for an agreement to be reached. At the same time, the ceasefire must absolutely be respected and all violations must cease.
Good luck with that. Because once there's that, there's going to be a fresh demand. That is, go on look back ever since the war started. Once there's something like this, there's going to be a new fresh demand. And if that demand is not being made, they're going to increase it to another sort of demands. Then they'll go back to again. They'll include another demand. This war, I'm telling you something, this war is going to go for a little bit. This war is not ending anytime soon. So buckle up. This war is going to lead to the world recession. You best believe it. Because I think there's about over 20,000 boats is still, around that place, allegedly, because I'm not there. But how do you think they're going to be able to change? How? A lot of people living in those boats, they probably run out of food. So they need to send another boat to go and give them food, to go and give them supplies, which is going to cost a little more money. You understand? Then the places where they're going to be physically and mentally and psychologically fatigued. You think they care? No. The people on the boat right now, you are living better than people living on the boat. Because I saw some of the videos about the food that they had to eat. I'm telling you, even a dog does not want to eat that food. The ration. They had to ration their food. Many of them will come back home. They will be physically, mentally, and psychologically cooked for the rest of their lives. This is what the impact of war does in this world. People don't understand it. This is why I like what the Brazilian president finally said. We are tired. This world is tired of the constant fucking war we have to deal with every day. War, 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 war. The water we drink is contaminated with all kinds of chemicals. I'll show you the video of that before the end of this live stream. Even here in Australia, it's been shown the water that we drink is contaminated. The most natural, simple thing you should be able to put in your body to give you, at least you don't have food, you drink water. No, you cannot, because it's contaminated. The food we get from the grocery stores is contaminated. When you go to the farms, the fertilizer they used to make those food is contaminated. Everything you have within the society is contaminated. The media is contaminated. Your insurance, they're contaminated. Everything is contaminated because the greed of making so much money. It's not about doing things for what you say you should be doing. It's about cutting all kind of corners. One of the things that you go and look at pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme is you bringing somebody else and promise you that person that you bring, once they pay, then it's the same old thing. They will look for a problem, or they will create a problem, then they'll offer you solution. That is how they make money. Go and look, go check it. If I'm lying, go and observe the way the Western society has been structured. It's by how you make money is by identifying a problem. It's not really about offering some sort of goods and services that's really going to benefit the world. It's about identifying. Go and check, AI will show you. Identify a problem so you can build a source of solution. Then you can build a business behind it. That is how it works. It's the same thing as the government department. They're the same thing. Nothing has changed. But don't listen to me. Let's move on. Thank you, Al Jazeera.
Traders are making millions after Donald Trump makes a major announcement. Now there are questions. Is this insider trading? The BBC's found a pattern of spikes in trades just before Donald Trump says something that moves the financial markets. For example, 9 days into the war with Iran, Trump said in an interview that the war was pretty much complete and oil plunged. The first time the public would have known about that was 3:16 p.m. US Eastern Time. But market data shows a surge in trades 47 minutes earlier. Another case involves the online predictions platform Polymarket, in which the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., is an investor. One account made nearly $500,000 by correctly predicting the removal of Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro the day before he was seized. The account changed its username and hasn't placed any more bets since. These activities have raised suspicions of illegal insider trading, using information that isn't available to the general public. Polymarket told the BBC that it proactively works with regulators and law enforcement to ensure market integrity. There are also people that say that some traders are simply getting good at guessing when the president is going to say something significant. Donald Trump Jr. didn't respond to a BBC request for comment, nor did the White House, though it's strenuously denied allegations of insider trading in the past.
And that's the thing where you should be alarmed. Like I said, our life is like a yo-yo in their hand. They'll just flip it wherever they are. It's these big guys, the big guns, all right? Because they're not guys. They're people, they have so much money that they've traded their morality and their soul for money. You understand? These are the people that are playing Russian roulette with our lives. You understand? You want to tell me, let me say something in Yoruba. I know many of you will never understand it, but I'll try and translate it as much as I can. You understand? It's like something before something happened, but that thing that happened, you know it's going to happen. But how do you know that you did not know that the thing is going to happen? Huh? It's an inside joke. But it's just the way how thing works. The Western society, from my observation, is that they will seek problems and they will monetize it. This war has always been the same. Every other war has always been. It's all about destroying a particular environment or collapsing a particular thing. Then you can create a surge of need. Once you create that, now you create an avenue whereby you can generate money out of it. The consequences that comes from that is that a lot of lives, the genuine inconvenience around the world, but lack of give a shit, lack of care. Who gives a shit? They will just do whatever they want to do, because the bottom line is that nobody on the planet of this earth can hold them accountable. Nobody. You cannot hold them accountable. Your politicians are their side bitches. Pause. No Diddy. Your politicians, to them, they're the sugar daddies. Their corporation rules our lives. The number one people that dildo us pause. Every day at the banks. You understand? They keep my money, they keep your money. They don't give a shit. Most money, some banks have more money than the entire country combined. Let me say it again. Some banks, they have more money than the entire country combined. Yes, that is how much money some banks have. So you want to tell me that they're not going to do inside trading? This is an open season galore. Open season galore for every degenerate bastard out there that wants to make $1 billion. Oh, this is an open season. The only time that you see a lot of people get wealthy is during war crisis, and they'll milk it. COVID was another one. COVID was an inside job. Yeah, say whatever you want to say. Because I used to have a friend who's a scientist. Oh, you know, it's very rare. Yeah, since I took that COVID jab, my life has never been the same. I had it weight. I became stressed. I became depressed. Yes, that COVID jab was a shit. And you want to tell me now there's going to be some crisis in the world, and you think that you tell me that take some vaccine, I'll believe you. You can shove that vaccine, shove it right into your ass. I don't give a shit. I'm not taking it. Because a lot of people did the same. A lot of people lost their lives during the COVID period. Guess what again? The same old playbook is run out now. Let's start a war. How can you know that something is going to happen? Then you place a bet. How do you know something is going to happen? Then you start trading. Come on, man. We're not stupid. But the thing is that they don't hide it no more. They don't. And look at this. I like to use this fella. I don't know who this man is, but I do like him when he speaks. He speaks from the heart. I know all of this is going to get a lot of pushback, because you're watching me right now and say, who is this idiot speaking right now? I don't sound very articulated enough. I don't sound like I'm from College Kundala or some fucking Princeton or Oxford University. Because I'm not British. You can shove that into your ass too. I don't give a shit. I'll tell you what needs to be said. I'll say the way it needs to be said. So you can replay it in your brain and recapitulate. You understand what I mean? Let's move on. This man is going to say something again as part of the issue why is that at the lowest of the lowest level of government. Listen.
Mr. Chambers, you want to give your name and your organization?
Gary Chambers, representing myself. I know how the political process works, so I know that most of what we say at this microphone doesn't mean much to you all as representatives. You've got a vote to make in order to do what you feel you need to do for the governor and your politics. But your state ranks number 50 in the nation because you continue to do these things. We rank number 50 in the economy, number 50 in crime. You can shake your head, Representative. Number 46 in education, number 44 in healthcare, number 48 in infrastructure, number 49 in natural environment. But you got time to take away clerks of court seats. Your priorities are jacked up, and your state continues to lose as a result. But you're proud. You're proud Republicans, proud conservatives. You're Reconstructionist. You're Reconstructionist, and it's racist. And every one of your votes reflect your moral character and the lack thereof. Now, I go to church just like you all. I don't know if we read the same Bible. Do good, seek justice, help the widow, the orphan, the oppressed, and the poor. Isaiah 1:17. Now, you can strip up the Constitution of this state. You can restructure New Orleans all you want, but you're losing even your own voters. Because last year, you lost every constitutional amendment you sit out the Capitol. Every one of them. In your own districts. And you came back down here again, playing Jeff's game. Now he wants to be president. And some of y'all won't even be representatives following along with the governor. If you believe in local representation, like I know most of you truly do, you wouldn't be meddling in this local community. But it's a majority black community. And you don't do this anywhere else in the state, which shows it's racist. I don't need data to show me the history of Louisiana. Every legislature that has ever existed in this state has been under majority white control, and you still haven't found a way to get yourselves out of the bottom 10 ranking. Georgia beats you every year. Why? Because they don't have a problem with black people prospering. The government is a job farm. You all are opening up prisons in rural parishes to create jobs for your constituents and trying to take away Calvin Duncan's job in New Orleans, where he creates jobs for black constituents. The prosperity of this state continues to decline because you lack the vision to lead us forward. This is a waste of the voters' time, and I know you're going to vote the way you want to vote anyway. But I wanted to look you in your faces and tell you this is weak, self-serving, and cowardice, and you're Reconstructionists, and history will remember you. Thank you.
All right, we've got 2 red cards left to testify. I'm not accepting it.
And that's the thing. And this is why I decide I take inspiration from these guys to talk when I talk. Listen, I'm not overly, experienced when it comes to politics. All right. I'm going to tell you right now. All right. I'm not very experienced when it comes to politics. But there's something I'm very experienced in. It's called common sense. I'm a big advocate for humanity. White, black, brown, purple, pink, red, yellow, it doesn't fucking matter. Because we all integrated with ourselves, that we need ourselves very much. So I speak from the place of humanity. I'm not speaking as a madman. I'm very passionate. When I see something, I'll talk based on from my perspective, what I think is factually right thing to do. Like I said, in this lifetime, the older I got, I end up realizing, you see, living a righteous life has nothing to do with your religious belief, has nothing to do with your Bible, your Quran, nothing like that. Living a righteous life is doing the right thing at all time, including when it's extremely very difficult for you to do. That is a righteous living. That is you doing things, even though at the expense of you have to displease yourself, but you have to do the right thing. That is living a righteous lifestyle. That is my definition, not from the Bible, not from the Quran, not from astrological book 5 billion years ago. I decipher these from looking at the people that I deal with every day. Now, when it comes to the aspect of politics, the reason why I was never really interested, because the thing is that there is no way you can be able ever to genuinely say that this politician has my best interest at heart. Because another thing again that makes me start asking a different kind of question is that why do we have two opposite sides of government? Why do we have one that is yay and one is nay? Okay, what is this thing that they want a yay and nay for? Is it something that is going to benefit me or something that is going to benefit another third party? You understand? There's always an external influences. There's always an external influences that will make them pass a law pass a judicial system, anything, it's based on a third-party influence on behalf of the so-called people. This is why America for itself, that I envy the guys who've been there all these years. Me personally, I've said it publicly on all my social platforms. America is not one place that I get to Google, oh man, I want to go. No. I can watch from far. I watch your NBA, I watch your NFL, I watch some of your TV shows sometimes, but that's as far as it goes. Everything after that, I'm not a big fan. Because the thing is that the same influence and the most lowest point of the government is the same thing that goes to the highest point of the government. The people they live in the society every day, they are stressed. There's no jobs. But no, there is no jobs, but they can allocate billions of dollars to go to Ukraine. They can allocate billions of dollars for the weapon industry. This is the same old thing. Do you know how much money that... see, literally, there's no place on the planet of this earth should be complaining about the basic necessity to live a life. Which in 2026, with the level of technology and information gathering that we have, nobody should be hungry, sad, miserable. Everybody should have things in abundance. Literally. But unfortunately, we don't, because we have group of men in this world that they are so... Their soul is not a soul anymore. They've lost humanity. There's no humanity in them no more. There is no humanity in them. These men, they're just a cardboard walking with no empathy inside them. They just open their mouth. They talk a lot of shit. I have low or no respect for them. I know they own all this organization, the company, the YouTube, the Facebook. They own everything. I don't have no... If I ever meet them, I'm not going to be the Google, Mark Zuckerberg. No, fuck that. I don't lose my shit. I swear to God, if he's sitting right now, I would say the same thing to him. I don't lose my shit, because many of these men, they're just an empty box with no emotion, no empathy, no sympathy. Everything about them is divide and conquer, because that is the only playbook that they know. It is the only playbook that the Western society, as described in all the textbooks, in all the universities, is the same playbook. Divide and conquer. Sometimes you do it directly, sometimes you do it indirectly. This is why within the society, there is no authenticity. When there's no authenticity, there's always going to be gaps. People want to fill the gaps every day. And another thing I deciphered living in this environment, I talked to a few of my friends, and this part of what we talked about is that in so many cases, a lot of people just, something is not right. It's because you don't know how to be authentic. You've never seen it. Authenticity comes with some serious level of vulnerability. And in the Western society, when you're vulnerable, there comes the hyenas and the dogs, because they want to feast on you. This is part of the issue. It trickles down from the top down to the bottom. You really want to make change in this world, the change starts from the bottom up. The bottom up, that is how you don't make change from the top down. No, it's bottom up. Because when people down start living comfortably, living the best, you think your life will be difficult as a politician or as a legislator or as an executive? No, your life will be better because the people don't have anything to be stressed about. But what do I know? I'm just a black man, loudmouth from this state that everybody is a scammer. And that's what you don't think I'm intelligent, because I see it in my place of work. I see a lot of people look at me. Yeah, I don't think you should. I don't think you fit this mold. That's what you're gonna hear. But let's move it on. I don't want to waste too much of my saliva on this. Moving on.
We have some serious news right now. This is veterans, including a disabled veteran, being detained by Capitol Police during the largest veterans protest against the war in Iran since it began. Watch it again for yourself. You could literally see them being let out. Arrested today. 62 of them total were arrested today by Capitol Police. Now I have to be careful because I'm rocking my daughter to bed right now, but this was the largest anti-Iran war protest we've seen thus far from veterans and military families. And the images we're seeing out of them, well, it sparked a lot of controversy online, because you literally have disabled veterans in zip ties being walked away after they were exercising their First Amendment rights. And many have pointed out that insurrectionists were treated better than some of these veterans who were let out in zip-tied handcuffs essentially today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. I'll have another update for you very soon.
And that's the thing. The guys who were there went to the war. They have their legs chopped off already, their shoulder chopped off. Some of them, their brains. You understand, when people go to war, they don't come back like the person that went. Their life is never going to be the same. Many of them, they are working, is it PTSD? They're literally, nobody goes to war and come back the same. Nobody. Even though you didn't hold gun, you don't come back from war being the same. And like I said, we are the most influenced species on the planet of this earth. We're easily gullible. We're easily controlled. We're easily manipulated. We're the easiest of all the species in this world. We're the easiest. Because the thing is that the evolution that it requires for us to be able to be strong at a lot of things, we don't have the capacity to do so, unfortunately. You understand? And that is why those who go and protest, you can protest all you want. This is why I don't go to protest. Because these bastards, they don't care. You're just doing this. They don't care. Until when you start squeezing their money out, that is when they're going to start listening to you. If you don't squeeze their money out, they're not going to listen. They don't give a shit. All right? I'm sorry, Johnson, Sam, from Florida or from Montreal or from Berlin. They don't give a shit. Didn't they just pass a law that in December that it's mandatory for you to start going to war as from age of 18 again in America? Why do you think they will propose something like that? So which means that in the near future, they're planning again for another war. Huh? They are planning again for another war, because if they start putting in the future that by the age of 18, that you need to start, preparing yourself to go to war. They even mandate it. In Germany, it's the same. In a few other European countries, it's the same. What do you think they're just doing that for doing sake, that they're not going to use it? So the question I want to ask you, Pa, Ma, I want to ask you, are you preparing your son to go and defend your country? Yeah. So you come back home looking like this? Huh? Let me see if I can find the right description of one of them, and come back with the arms and leg chopped off. No government assistance, no support, no nothing. Huh? Messed up in the head, messed up in the face. Yeah, look at that. This guy went and sacrificed himself for the country. But look at what they did to him, because he's protesting against the same war that he went to. These are the people that we call civilized. You understand? Look at them. Look at that one over there. Huh? They have to tie them down like dogs. These are the people who gave up their life, including the families. It's just to show you that the Western society is nothing but disaster. Disaster. It's just a disaster environment whereby they need to come to a Jesus moment. The birth rate is going down. The women, they like mandingo. They don't want no... Yeah, they're scared. They don't want. Because it's always war. War. Why? It's always war. Bomb. Nuclear weapon. Why? We are tired. Make us something that will make our lives easier. Give us... We shouldn't pay any bills for the rest of... How about that? No, they will never do it. Because these men, this group of these rich billionaires that you fantasize you want to be, they lack a soul. They don't have a soul. Look at them when they're talking most of the time. Look at their eyes. There's no soul in them. There is no empathy. Those men, they don't have morality. Show me a billionaire that has morals. That you can, when you see him in closed doors, when nobody's there, that is going to treat you with morality, with integrity, sincerity, and authenticity. Good luck. You tell me that they just become billionaires by selling you peanuts and they're paying the tax? No. But unfortunately, this is where we need to truly understand. We have to stop participating in a lot of things. So because the thing is that America passed the law. Germany passed the law. A lot of few countries in Europe are passing the law now. They're going to mandate it that you need to start serving. So, Pa, Ma, soon your sons and some of your daughters will start preparing to go to war. Because if they start doing this, so which means they're projecting in the future, they're going to create another chaos. Then the entire world will come to their savior while their friends and their lobbies, they're making billions of dollars selling our souls. Huh? That is what's happening. I know it's very unfiltered. I give it to you hot. I drop it like it's hot. Because your emotion will be emotional damage. Yeah, I damage your emotion by telling you the truth. This is not paid. I'm not sponsored by any news organization. I'm using my own money, the little peanuts that I have. Okay? The little peanuts that I have, because none of this organization or corporation is going to support me. Because I'm too raw. Huh? I give it to you hot. I'm not even monetized on this YouTube. And I've been doing it for over 2 years. I haven't been monetized because I don't get the right way. The algorithm is not going to push it. I've tried every trick you can think in the book for me to help the algorithm. It's not the same thing. And I'm checking again. You guys are watching me. There's about almost 70% a man. The man you don't follow. You just watch it. Neither you like it or you disagree. Subscribe. You will not subscribe. Your father and your ancestors. Let's move on. That is part of the problem. This is what you're going to get when you go and serve your country. They'll put a rope towel in your hand with your leg decapitated. And that is a congratulation they'll tell you from advising that they shouldn't go to war. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. You go and protest and they tie you up like a chicken. Then they walk you out. You can't even walk out straight. You need to be held because you have 3 legs. You cannot make this shit up. But this is the Western society that you want me to believe that they're Western, that they're civilized. Let's move on. Let's move on. The guy is going to give you an update. Let me give you the update again.
I'll have another update for you very soon. We have some major news right now that's being underreported because the entire Trump family is enriching themselves significantly due to the war in Iran. The longer the war goes, the better it is for their family. And here's what we know. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump have backed a drone company. We know this. This drone company, according to PBS News, they're trying to sell drone parts to Gulf states, specifically drone interceptors to Gulf states being attacked by Iran. The longer the war lasts, the more money this drone company makes, the more money the Trumps make. Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, is actively pitching Gulf state leaders on investing in his private company and his private ventures, while also acting as this unofficial envoy for peace negotiations. The longer the war goes, the more opportunity Kushner has to use leverage to make them invest in his own companies. At the same time, it's not clear whether this is the Trump family or others within Trump's orbit, but there is a massive insider trading issue. A new BBC investigation has revealed that prior to major decisions being made by Donald Trump, there are insider trading alarm bells going off as buyers are buying up key stocks and oil, etc., before Trump makes decisions, almost as if they know what's coming. And that doesn't include the prediction market issue, where we've seen individuals make windfalls on prediction markets ahead of key Trump announcements. This story needs to be spread everywhere. Because remember, for years we were told that the Biden family was corrupt, that Hunter Biden was enriching himself using his father. That pales in comparison to what we're seeing now. Spread the word, follow for more.
Thank you. Let's go back to the studio. All right. I hate Streamlabs, man. Shit. I hate this stupid app, man. Like, I genuinely hate this stupid app. It fucking pisses me off. All right. All right. I think this is the only place it's gonna work. All right, it's gonna work here. All right, let me close it out here. I fucking hate these app, man. I swear to God. I mean, Streamlabs, you guys ain't shit, man. Your app is fucking nonsense. Nonsense. Let's move on. Well, if I say good night. Like I said, this is why it's quite very important for us to get to the bottom line of how we look at things. All right. I'm so disheartened. I'm very, I'm very sad that unfortunately this shit is still gonna keep going on. Life is still gonna be difficult. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They will keep making their money the way they want to make it. There's nothing you can say about it or do about it. They keep doing them. Whatever they want to do, they keep doing it. I just want to say shout out to all those who give me support and watch my new soundtrack that I dropped. If you haven't listened to it yet, it's on the page. It's a new song. It's called Madame Wedi Lon. Go and listen to it. It's really fun. But like I said, I'm not paid by any organization. I'm not sponsored by any corporation. I do this out of my own resources, out of my own free will. And because I know it's about, we live in a world whereby we are not allowed to talk. Because when you talk, you need to be guided and censored by some corporation, or they want to milk you like Didi. Pause. All right? And I don't want to be milked. You understand? And I want to be able to speak, to say things that I need to be said. I'm not governed by your stupid doctorate, your PhD, your master's degree. That nonsense doesn't apply with me here. I speak freely. I speak from Nigerian accent to English accent to whatever I can think of. In fact, I'm thinking about learning how to do the Indian accent too. But it is what it is. Thank you for those who listen to my rant today. Thank you for those who subscribe. I do appreciate the love and the support. I'll see you again another time. Like I always say,